inside out. You don't, if you look in the mirror and you don't like who you see, it ain't nothing you can go buy or put on. Ain't nothing gonna go right to you till you really focus on who you are within and let each day be one step toward you becoming that nigga. But you can't rush him. This magic is something that you gotta plant a seed in within yourself, and because all of the energy starts from the inside and expands outward, when the energy expands outward, it turns into this reality interacting with you. Hey man, my tie caught on a flat. My son got shot. Or whatever happened to you is, this may sound crazy. Whatever we dealing with out there is so we can deal with something in here. This simulation is a mirror. It don't matter how tragic the event was. It had to happen to you so that you can overcome something in your spirit that was an obstacle. Some people say, you mean to tell me my daughter dying is something that I had to learn and something she had to learn? Everything here is learning. And what we're learning here is the darker half of what they call pain, hurt, misery. We've come here multiple times, but we didn't learn everything that the dark half got to offer. That's why they call this hell, which is a place of suffering, trials, and tribulation. The word trial is a fucking test. If I say, hey man, we doing trials for the team next month, everybody know that's like a court proceeding, that's a test. Trials and tribulations suggest that the tribulations themselves are the test. So we don't gotta be taught happiness, joy, because the default base reality is happiness and joy, or heaven. What we had to learn was the knowledge from the serpent, which is Satan. They talk about that in the Garden of Eden. Before Adam and Eve consorted with the serpent, they were innocent. They didn't know no wrong, they only knew good. But after talking to that snake, he taught them how to be like God. What is God? What was God at the time? What was God at the time? God was this right here, the demiurge. The serpent taught Adam and Eve how to be like God. You know why? Because the serpent was a representative of God. I can't make this up, y'all. Why do you think God always sends serpents to do plagues in the Bible? Jesus was a serpent that was casted down just like Satan, and he was on the cross like Satan, lifted up in the wilderness, the serpent on the cross. The cross is the fucking marionnettist tool. That's what they use to control the puppet with. That's why Jesus carried a cross. But like I said, the serpent was the demiurge. And it gives the knowledge of sun and moon, good and bad, angel and demon. Look at it. The demiurge is the Baphomet, because the Baphomet does the same thing. It gives the knowledge of good and evil. And if you look at the demiurge, you got negative and positive sun and moon. If you look at the Baphomet, you got up and down, black and white. He's the God that creates polarity, duality. This is the God at the center of the earth, mounted up on Mount Calvary in between the two thieves. You call him Christ. This right here ain't a man or a woman, okay? It's a she-male. You know why the Baphomet is a she-male? Because it comes from this symbol. It's an abomination of the yin-yang. See, when you try to take the masculine and the feminine and blend them together, the most innocent symbol that you make would be this one right here. Look at that beautiful that is. Innocent, sun and moon, man and woman coming together. Beautiful polarities blending, yin and yang. Another way they did this was this. Adam and Eve, separated by what? The serpent in between them. You ever peep that? You got Adam on one side, Eve on the other side. And in the middle of them, the serpent. You know why? Well, this is them taking the yin yang and turning it into people. That's what I'm telling you. We were using science and technology when we made this. This is no different than you looking at a battery with negative and positive giving you energy. Mama, daddy creating life in the child. Polarity. If you can make polarities come together, opposites attract, you will literally create infinite energy, which is what God is, which is what our reality is. Infinite energy in motion. And polarity laws is at play. Let's hit the like and share button for real. So the secrets of manifesting heaven is making opposites attract. But the secrets to manifesting hell is to put the opposites against each other, to make man and woman fight each other, to make black people and white people hate each other, to make Muslims and Christians hate each other, to make Democrats and Republicans hate each other, to make red pill and blue pill go to war, Crip versus blood, this versus that. That's how you create hell. The secrets to creating heaven ain't to get rid of the opposites, it's to bring the opposites together. See, we think creating peace is to take that child and that child, you go to your room, he go to his room because they just got into a fight. So let's break them up. Y'all two keep fighting each other. You go to your room, he go to his room. That ain't heaven. That ain't peace. Peace would be, since y'all keep fighting, we gonna lock y'all in a room forever like cellmates. And I bet you when we come back after a month, y'all will be best friends, nigga. Instead of splitting them boys up because they fighting, break the fight up, put them in a room with no TV, no Nintendo, and they their own entertainment. You got two children, they fighting over the video game or they fighting over some shit, right? Instead of separating them, put them in a boring ass room with nothing but they self. Now they gotta entertain each other. I bet you they won't fight now. We got the luxury to fight in the world. We got the luxury as modern day humans to sit back in front of our devices and technology and fight and beef and make videos and social media. We got the luxury to do that. It's the technology in between us that's dividing us up. That's the serpent that's in between Adam and Eve. That's the electricity, sine wave, the technology. And I know that sounds crazy, but literally, in a nutshell, if you took all the devices away from this world, we would have to be in the jungle, getting along, taking care of the earth, because ain't no technology that can save us, bro. So you can't just pollute that river because that's all we got, nigga. You can't go get no Aquafina out of Walmart. Because we have an option now, right? We can go the technological way, then we can say, well, we can actually pollute the earth because we can actually get around the pollution of the earth with technology. A tribe that lives in the jungle that ain't got technology, they can't be polluting their fucking environment. That's all they got. Them trees is all they got. That soil, they children's children gonna be growing on that dirt. They can't pollute it. They grandfathers and forefathers was growing gardens on that land. It's all they got. See, we can break shit and say, I got a tool that can fix it, baby. That's technology. But you never repair it back to its natural state. You just fix it. That's a fix. The earth need healing. It don't need fixing no more. See, fixing is you getting a hole in your bike tire and you say, I'm going to just use a patch. Remember them inner tube patches? You put the tube in the water, find the bubble, and you patch that bitch up. That's just a fix. Now, that'll keep you running for a good while, but you're going to eventually have to go get you another tube, man. That's a fix. You know, that's like using fix-a-flat. It ain't heal-a-flat, motherfucker, because if you healing it, you get a whole nother tire. I'm just fixing it. So, you know, we to keep going right quick. It's just a quick fix. The earth is not being healed. It's being fixed with technology. And people that like to fix things, they like to break things. You ever met a tinkerer? They will take shit apart just to put it back together. That's the world we live in, tinkerers. And that's what happened to our paradise. Paradise was lost because this shit was turned into a big science lab. And that's how I know the people in power, they're not like us. Because Earth was our paradise, like the Garden of Eden. And they fucking turned it into a laboratory of technocracy because they're not human. They're trying to study humans. And they're using our very abode as their fucking lab grounds, terraforming it in real time. They took this ancient yin-yang symbol and they started to personify the masculine and feminine, but they still separated them with the serpent. And this is how you get this famous antique Christian artwork of Adam and Eve. Now